Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Reggie Smith's casual tanking guide for Jaime Rodriguez. How you doing, baby girl?
What the fuck? You called me baby girl.
Disclaimer. This is a casual paladin guide to lower level dungeon tanking. Tanking as a paladin can be daunting at first, and this guide hopes to clear up a few basic ways to maintain aggro, lead your group, and properly use your basic skills. The first part is a quick rundown of all your moves and what you should be aware of. The second part is about 27 minutes and it's a full dungeon showing you what I do and what I like to keep track of. Alright Jaime, you don't know how to tank, I do know how to tank, so this is my guide for you. I'm just going to teach you the basic stuff, alright? I'm a casual too, so I'm going to start out with skill points, very basic. You're going to want strength to keep your aggro. Strength is for aggro, you do more damage, helps you out a lot. Dexterity, you don't need that. Vitality, you do need it, but not as much as strength. You'll only need vitality if you catch yourself dying a lot, or if your healer sucks, but that usually won't be the case. Right now, we're going to not focus on vitality, we're going to focus on strength. Okay, the next part we want to worry about is your gear. You always want to keep your gear up to date, because if your gear's not up to date, then you won't be able to hold your aggro, then you'll quit the game again, and if you don't have good armor, then you'll die quicker, and then your healer will get mad at you, and then you'll quit the game again. So you don't want any of those things. So if your armor's up to date, you're doing good. Some things don't have to be up to date, but just like my necklace there, but it should be fine. Make sure you go to your Grand Company and use your Grand Company seals on your gear. That's what I usually do for new characters. So you should be fine. Now that we have your gear settled, make sure to always be aware of these things when you're going into dungeons. So each dungeon, just like Sunken Temple, which you're having troubles with, they're always level synced. So make sure your gear's always about the same level as the level sync. So it syncs to 37, so make sure your gear's around 37. Now that should help a lot. So since you're synced to level 37, you're going to be using Sword Oath, because Shield Oath isn't available yet. Now Shield Oath's level 40, and you won't have it, and that kind of sucks, but you can still maintain aggro with Sword Oath. And Sword Oath is only really useful on bosses, but it's really all we have, so we're just going to have to use it anyway. It helps on mobs a little bit, but not that much. The next part is quick. It's just the cross-class moves I use. These are my cross-class moves. I use Stone Skin, Protect, Mercy Stroke, and Foresight. Foresight is the one I use the most. It gives you more defense. That's nice. So, you don't have to get them. It's not necessary. That's my penis, but those moves help a lot. Alright, before we were sitting back, we were relaxing, but this time you gotta take notes. So get a piece of paper, because this is a rotation. So you're gonna use Fast Blade, then Savage Blade, then Rage of Alone. Super simple. Most of the time you won't have Rage of Alone if you're doing low level dungeons, so you're just gonna use Fast Blade and Savage Blade like 90 times in a row. That's how you keep your aggro. And there's also this move, Shield Swipe. It'll activate when you block an attack. So use it whenever you can. The next part, alright, is super important.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
It's super important. So, listen up. It's called Flash Boy. And you, like I said before, you're going to use it whenever you can. Just flash, 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 flash. Actually, use it like twice at the beginning of a pull. It's pretty important. Helps you aggro all the mobs. You're also going to want to use your defensive moves. They're on cooldown, usually over 100 seconds or 90 seconds. And you're going to want to use them all the time. Shield Bass is like Shield Swipe, but it stuns them. Now, Fight or Flight. This is important, Jaime. Listen up. This is very important. So please listen up. Please. If you don't use Fight or Flight, you'll lose aggro. Look at that 30% attack increase. Please, Jaime, use Fight or Flight. Please. And Rampart is also another defensive cooldown, and Covalescence. Those two are very important. Now this macro here, I'll show you that later when we're together sometime. Macros are easy. I put Foresight and Awareness together because they both have the same amount of cooldown. They're both 120 seconds, I mean. Some people probably don't use it together, but I do because it raises your defense. Foresight and Awareness makes it so you don't take critical damage. So yeah, just make sure to use your defensive cooldowns like Covalescence, and there's important moves like Provoke. You probably already know what that does. And make sure to start every pull with Shield Lob. That's why I have it over there like that. Okay, I'm going to do a dungeon now, show you what I do. You can watch it if you want, but I got the basics down there. Dungeon might help. I'll annotate the important parts, I guess. Okay, light party. Let me turn on the sound really quick. Okay, light party. So make sure to greet your teammates. That's the first thing you want to make sure of. If you don't greet your teammates, then they're going to think you're an asshole. No, I'm just kidding. They won't think you're an asshole, but it's nice to... I like when people say hello to me when I go into a dungeon. They don't respond, then I'm like, we're just gonna do this then? It is just a pug, a pickup group, just a random set of players, but I just like to make sure everybody's friendly, everybody's nice. It's not all business, it's a game, we gotta have fun. Okay, now that I got the leading parts out of the way, let's get into the parts you're messing up. So, I like to use flash once in a pull, but if I have to, like in this dungeon, there's a ninja and a machinist. The machinist doesn't do a lot of damage. It's not like they're bad or anything, it's just they don't do as much burst damage as the ninja. So the ninja will steal aggro really quickly, so I have to make sure to watch that. So most of the pulls in this dungeon I use flash twice. You won't need to, it's just whenever you feel comfortable with it. So make sure you check that. I use it once, then I hit a few times, and then I use flash again. And it helps because the healer takes aggro every time they heal, and then the ninja does a lot of burst damage, so they take aggro really quickly because the damage equals aggro. So that's why you got your strength up, and that's why your sword and your accessories have strength on them. It's nice to have vitality just to add that extra cushion so your healer's not healing all the time, but you need the strength to do more damage to keep your aggro. So we go back to fight or flight, like I was saying before, and fight or flight raises your damage, and flash is dependent on how much attack damage you do. So I like to use fight or flight and then use flash. It's a good combo, but it won't work all the time because sometimes you have to save your cooldowns for other enemies. Like upcoming, I saved Rampart here for the bees downstairs because I know that the bees can do a lot of damage. So I saved Rampart, but I used fight or flight so I can keep aggro. That probably wasn't the best idea because when we go downstairs, I do lose aggro, and you'll see that in a second, but I like to use fight or flight and then flash, and then it'll make sure that all the enemies are attacking me and not everybody else. So yeah, once you get a handle on things, you want to make sure to watch all the enemies so you can tab target through them or use left and right on the D-pad, and you want to check in the top right, or not top right, the top left corner, sorry. And then underneath the little class icons, you can see an aggro bar. It's a little white bar, and yours should have an A next to it, I believe. And then that means you have aggro. And then when you have aggro, that means all the enemies are attacking you and you're doing a good job. So when you watch those little bars, if one's close to filling up, you want to make sure to attack that enemy. But right here you'll see I'll lose aggro a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. Because I should have saved Fireflight here instead of Rampart, but it's fine. You want to use your cooldowns whenever you can, but if you know something bad's going to happen or there's going to be a lot of enemies, then you want to save your cooldowns for that moment. But usually you just want to use your cooldowns. So right here, I lose aggro to the bee, and then I try to save it, but then I lose aggro to the bat, and then it all goes downhill. But that's okay because nobody dies really. The bee uses final sting on the machinist, but the healer makes sure to take care of it. And it's alright. Sometimes you mess up, and you just have to know that it's okay to mess up sometimes. But if everybody dies and you mess up a lot of times, then you gotta make sure you're checking what you're doing. You gotta make sure you're checking that you're using your cooldowns, you gotta make sure you're attacking the right enemies, and you gotta make sure you're watching those aggro bars underneath the class icons. If you don't watch those aggro bars, you're gonna have a bad time. So yeah, remember it's okay to mess up, you don't have to leave right away. Just make sure you use flash a proper amount of times, just be comfortable with it. Make sure you're talking to your teammates if you got a problem. Like there, I told the ninja to watch for the bees, and he started attacking the bees. And also, make sure to watch for AoEs on the ground that you can stun. You can use shield bash to stun those moves, or you use shield swipe if you have a block ready. Helps a lot. Then your teammates don't have to run away. Really great. Always make sure to watch your stuns on the ground there. If you stun enemies properly, then your teammates won't have to run away and you'll be doing good. I check out the ninja there to see what's up. He was making my job harder, so I just wanted to check him out, and his gear is not that great. I don't think he knows what's going on really, but at least he cooperated and attacked the bees first. That was really cool. It's nice when your team works together instead of just doing whatever willy-nilly. I don't use marks. Some people do, and it's really helpful if you're new to tanking, but I got it down pretty much, so I don't use marks. You can put mark on shield lob, but I like to just use shield lob, and then my teammates know who I'm going to attack first, and usually they attack who I'm going to attack. And that's really helpful when your team's working together. But if you need to, you could put Mark on Shield Lob or on your Fast Blade or whatever you feel comfortable with. And I can show you how to do that. Or you just look it up on the internet. Really easy. Just go to Google. And it'll show you how to make macros. And you just put the number 1 mark onto one of your moves. And so we're coming up on the boss here. And so I save my Fight or Flight for the boss, because I know the ninja can do a lot of single target damage. So I save Fight or Flight for this boss. And I stand him over here because the bees are going to spawn over here. I like to do dungeons as DPS first, and then see like how the dungeon's going to go, because it's helpful to have that insider information. You can watch a video about the dungeon online, but if it'll hurt your pride to watch a dungeon, then just ask your teammates how to kill a boss, or ask what's up, or what do you do when you have to tank or when you have to heal, so you know later what you need to do. And then once you do it as a DPS, you can do it as a tank and try it out and see how that goes. But make sure to flash those bees so they don't attack your teammates, because you gotta kill those or else they'll use Final Sting and you'll be dead. So you gotta watch for that on this dungeon. But yeah, like I was saying, I like to do it as a DPS first, just to make sure I know what I'm doing, so I don't mess up the whole dungeon as a tank. Tanking is not a very hard job, but if you don't do it properly, then everything goes to shits. Because you're the leader, you gotta make sure everybody knows what's going on, you gotta make sure you know what's going on. And I'm pretty sure you know how to do Sunken Temple by now. You've done it many times in the duty roulette. And since you've done it as a DPS already, you know what the bosses do, where the bees spawn, where all the enemies are, what all the heads do. So just make sure to practice it as a tank now, because then you'll be able to learn how other dungeons go, and it'll make your job easier, because it's really simple once you get it. So just make sure you use your cooldowns, like Fight or Flight, Rampart, Covalescence. All those things are super helpful. If you're not using them, you're wasting them, and you're making your healer's job harder on himself. So what you want to do is make your healer's job easy, and then he'll be happy, and then he'll heal you and do damage. All of these things are nice. And also Fight or Flight, like I did there. I kind of wasted it, but we were almost at the end of the boss, and I guess that little bit of Fight or Flight helped, because the bees spawn here, and then we kill them off, so I don't have to use flash. That's handy. So I believe we went through everything. I'm gonna get Dalton in here, and I want to see if he has any questions, because perspective from somebody else could help. So we'll see what he has to say, or if he has any questions, because he's never tanked before. So let's see if he has any misconceptions or any worries about tanking. So I'm gonna go get him. I'm gonna go get him.
Now let's go over the tips with Uncle Reggie. So the first thing you need to make sure of is that you know it's okay to mess up sometimes. We all have problems. We all aren't good at games, but that's okay, because we can all mess up and be good at tanking still. Just watch for all of these things. Make sure to greet your party. You're the leader. You gotta lead all your friends. Use flash whenever you're comfortable with it. Uncle Reggie likes to use it at the start of a fight and somewhere near the middle of the fight. Always use your cooldowns. Defensive cooldowns are great, and they help your healer, and they help yourself. Also use Fight or Flight. Fight or Flight's so great, such a good move, helps keep aggro. I love it so much. Look at this move, 30%. Best move in the game. Hollow Ground, get that out of here. Defiance, get that out of here. We have Fight or Flight. It's a great move. We also have Rampart. That move is awesome. Look at this. Look at this cooldown. 120 seconds. We don't need that, because we got 30% defense. Ain't that right? Okay, kids, that's all Uncle Reggie has for you today on this quick rundown. But come back next time, and we'll teach you how to suck it.
Right now, so you gotta move. So I'm about halfway through, and I think I addressed everything. But you might have questions too, because like you never played Paladin.
No, never played Paladin.
So you want to play Paladin? Maybe. But do you have any questions? Because I think I addressed everything so far, and then it'll just turn into rambling.
What is this guy? Is it what, like beginning and what leveling?
Oh, I'm just doing low level dungeons because the warrior gets a move that helps them keep aggro easily, so they just use flash once and then everything will hit them in the face. But the paladin is super hard, and you get a move that increases your auto attack damage, so like when you just swing your sword, not when you use a move. It kind of sucks, but it works on bosses. It doesn't work on enemies though, so like the ninja, he does a shit ton of damage and he steals aggro from me a lot, so it kind of sucks, but you get one at level 40 and that's useful. But for low-level dungeons like this, which Jaime's having trouble with, it's not like you can't do anything about it except for use flash 19 times in a row.
You just got a flash.
Well, if you use flash, like if the ninja does 1,000 damage and then you use flash, it's not going to do anything. So you have to use your weapon skills too. And it kind of sucks. But it's because it's only a single target. The warrior has overpower, and they could. It's a weapon skill, and it's AOE, so it like hits everything in front of them. You've probably seen it before.
Maybe I don't pay attention. I hit fireball, throwing a blizzard.
Yesterday I played with that guy, and he was using blizzard, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "I'm an ice mage," and I was like, "Wait, are you serious? You know fire does more damage, right?" He was like, "Yeah, but I'm an ice mage." So as the tank, you have to deal with ice mages.
Ice mage.
If you don't get it, Jaime, it's the thaumaturge is supposed to use fire, and then when they run out of mana, they use blizzard, because then they get their mana back. But that guy wanted to be an ice mage, and yeah.
I don't think people understand. I figured that out within like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was using blizzard. I was like, I'll be an ice mage. And then I figured out that I wasn't doing anything.
No.
And there's no point.
Look at that! Look at that action shot. I put that in there. That's cheeky. You like
Action
that?
shot. Oh, you did that?
You like that?
Look at that.
Yeah, it's good. Huh?
How'd you do that?
Scroll lock.
Scroll lock.
I don't think you could do it on controller, but yeah, you just press scroll lock. Why don't you like tanking?
It's not that I don't like tanking. It's just I'm in my comfort zone. I get
mage.
too nervous. I don't like to get yelled at by the other people.
Oh yeah, I feel you.
Because DPS only when you have to kill the what are they called? The ads.
Oh yeah.
You gotta kill the ads. That's the only time I get yelled at if I don't kill them fast enough.
Yeah, I feel you.
Other than that, I just sit back and I just throw fireballs. I think between level 1 and 30, all I use is fireball. And then that trans whatever that switches
Oh, yeah.
everything, and then I use blizzard, and then wait till it regenerates and switch back to fireball.
What's it like? I mean, Paladin's pretty easy. You have 3 moves. You got that's Fast Blade, that's Savage Blade, and that's Rage Alone. You start with these 2, and when you get to like 30, you get this. So between 1 and 30, you're just pressing Fast Blade and Savage Blade. That's all you can do. And if you lose aggro, I mean, it's kind of your fault, but there's nothing you can do about it because the game, you can't do enough damage. Like the Black Mage does 1 billion times more damage than Paladin.
Right.
So, I mean, Jaime's right to get sad and quit, but still, it's not his fault, really.
He just needs to tough it out.
Yesterday, though, that was his fault. I don't know what he was doing. There was just bats everywhere. That was funny. You have all these weird moves. That one, cover, you get a 35, I think, and you take damage for the other person. So like, but you have to click on them. So like, if you're gonna do it on the healer, you click on them, and then you take the damage for them. But you have to be like this close, a foot away to use it. So it's not. Because then you wanna make sure the boss is faced away from the group, you know, so the AOE goes towards you and not them. So, but if you're standing next to your healer, he's gonna get hit by this guy does whatever he wants, so you can't really. That's not my fault.
Oh, he's just punching. Look at him.
Yeah,
He's attacking.
he does it like 3 times. No, Ninja. He was giving me migraines. Fuck that guy. He didn't, you know, you have to kill the bees first.
Yeah.
He was just attacking whatever the fuck. He got it though. He got it together. I love him. I think he's using controller though because he didn't respond. He had just poked me / poked me.
Oh.
Yeah.
What am I thinking? I'm trying to think.
I mean, it's pretty easy once you start doing it. All you have to do is use all your little defensive buttons. You just press them all at once. Actually, don't do that.
Are you defensive? How many defensive moves you get?
Well, you have 1 at the start. That's his penis. You have 1 at the start. That dude's doing really great. Yeah, that's my bro. You have 1 at the start. It's Rampart, but it reduces damage by like 30%. It's super useful. But sometimes you want to save it for like a boss. Sometimes. But if you have like 5 dudes there, you want to use it.
Yeah. So with the Paladin,
What?
you have to, because I don't see you marking people, and that's what a lot of people do. You're just too good right now to mark people.
Yeah, you don't have to mark things because when you use shield lob, shows their health bar there.
Yeah.
And usually people know to attack that one.
Not me.
Yeah. Well, and even if they don't know, like if there was a black mage and he was attacking the crawler on the right,
Yeah.
I was saying before that you just switch through your enemies and you see how much aggro they have and you make sure to just hit them once so they know you're still there and they keep hitting you. So usually they won't steal aggro from you, but like ninjas and monks do a lot of burst damage really fast and they take aggro really quickly. So you gotta watch out for that.
How do you check aggro? Is there like...
There's a little bar there. You
Oh,
know?
look at that. That's aggro?
Yeah, so just like if you're DPS and you see you're gonna take it, just switch to the next guy and start attacking him instead. Helps for your tank. Unless it's a warrior and he can't keep aggro, then he just sucks. Because you should be able to. You get Defiance at like 15 or something. So if you can't keep aggro, I level up. I'm already 50 actually. But I recorded this yesterday. Doesn't matter. But if the warrior can't keep aggro, he's a pussy. You like that?
What was that?
That was a little cheer. That was a quick little cheer there.
Huh, how'd you know that was aggro?
The more you know.
The more you know.
I'll zoom in. I hope... Does Jaime know that? I'm pretty sure he knows.
Know that. I didn't know that. I never needed to know that.
Yeah, you never needed to know that. They're adding it's like a new player class thing. Not like a class like a job, but like a class like a school class, like a training zone.
Oh,
so
okay.
like before you get the first dungeon, they're adding it's like a school, and you get to learn what aggro is and what those bars do and what all the little code names mean, like LB.
LB.
So you know to limit break. Because a lot of people don't know how to limit break. But that's in like a month, so...
Yeah, I don't know, they didn't make limit break. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing until...
Straight up.
They were like, hey, you need to limit break. I was like, how do I do that? They're like, hey, there's a little thing for it. You gotta just go in and move it onto your hotbar.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah, watch the aggro bar. I really hope he knows what that is. If he doesn't know what that is, it's not my fault. I'm pretty sure I told him before.
He might know what it is.
Everybody has to watch that little aggro bar. Especially the healer, because you heal like once and it steals all the aggro.
Yeah.
And then you got little bats chasing after you.
Huh.
Those alligators suck, because you know how most of the time you want to face the enemies away like that?
Yeah.
If you face him away, he does a tail swipe and then kills the ninja. I don't think he kills him actually. I think he's dead. But he gets hit a few times by it. I think yeah, see? So, you have to face him like sideways, it's odd. The first pull, I don't know why Jaime's having so much trouble, but hopefully my little tips. At the beginning I did a quick little rundown. This is like a long drawn out. You need to watch all these. So like in the first 5 minutes here, I just went through everything super fast, and then I yelled at him about Fast Blade because it raises your damage by 30%, so you can keep aggro better. So Flash actually works, and I don't think he uses it. I didn't see him use it, so hopefully he uses that. Yeah, that's really it.
Sounds pretty simple.
You just press buttons. Hope to God they work. Once you get to 40, it's smooth sailing. But before that, they made it so difficult. Before, I remember it being way easier, but I guess they changed it. Because now Warriors and Dark Knights, they're the number one. But if you want that challenge, you want that hard mode, you play the Paladin. But for some reason, all the new players, I see them running around, they're all Paladins, and I pray for their souls.
Paladins look badass.
They do look
They're
badass.
probably the coolest out of all of them, because they get like badass shields and swords.
I got a move that makes me invincible for 10 seconds. I want to use it, but I'm busy doing this, so...
So the Paladin?
Yeah. It's called Hollowed Ground. I'm going to use it all the time.
Sounds really helpful. Then you can just stand in something.
Yeah. The Warrior has one, but it doesn't last for quite as long. It's shit. Doesn't work. The Dark Knight has that Living Dead one, but apparently people don't like it at all.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. You have 10 seconds to heal him to full health? That's a long time. Because white mages have a move that heal you to full health. So, yeah, it's max level. So, yeah, I don't know why. I should play more Dark Knight, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe people aren't like paying attention, so they don't.
Oh
see it.
yeah.
So if you don't know that they died, because it
That's
just
true.
gives them how much health back? A little bit.
Yeah.
So unless they're aware of what's happening, it probably just sucks big.
I feel you.
They just let them die. Oh, what was that?
Flame on the left, fruit on the right. I
Really? I just put random ones on there and
See-
attacked by.
Yeah, it's quicker just to kill the monsters, but I just like memorizing it with that bitch. I just like memorizing it. I don't know how I memorized it or when I memorized it, but I did. Oh, he's not. He just has that one character. Yeah, that's the good guy. He is it because the Machinist is good. I like checking people out.
Same.
Okay,
I like
good.
to see where their loyalty lies.
I just switched. There's a little Mensa. But well, I gotta hunt things because I need like 1,000 marks, and you only get 10 for every. Yeah, that was a bad idea. I should have just stayed. You know what? Every idea is a good idea.
You switched? What do you mean switch?
You can switch grand companies.
Oh, wait, you switched?
Yeah,
So you're not Flame Company?
No, because the armor is all big and bulky and ugly, and you look like Angel. Angel would probably like it, but the limbs
So you
laments
switched to
armor.
the Maelstrom? Yeah, you did.
The black and red, I need that in my life. I mean, Jaime hates me now, but I'm making him this guide, so.
Is the Maelstrom black and red?
Yeah.
I thought it was purple.
Purple?
Isn't that their color?
No, it's black and red, and they got a little boat.
And what's the flame one?
Black and gold
Oh.
with a little
No, then
scale.
what's the serpent one?
Green and yellow.
Right.
Well, yellow and green.
I should have switched to. They were just. It's too yellow for me. I don't like the yellow.
Yeah, there's a lot of yellow. This boss is easy. I think it's self-explanatory. You just stand him next to the stairs. Usually, on every boss in the entire game, you just want to stand him near the stairs or the north side of the room, just
Everyone's
away
like,
from
north
everyone.
side. And you're
Yeah.
like, yay.
And you just stand there for 5 minutes until they kill everything. Tanking's pretty easy.
It does seem pretty easy. You only have to focus on like the
Yeah.
one dude on boss fights.
As long as there's not 9 enemies and everybody's attacking different things, then it's usually pretty easy. Paladin's the only one that makes it hard. Because Dark Knight, you start at 30. You just eat people, and then Warriors just bash their heads into things. But Paladins, goddamn. I mean, they're cool now. I got all these moves. I could stay alive for like 10 years, but when you're like level 10, God bless your soul.
When you're fucking Jaime.
Yeah. Any other questions? It's almost
I'm
done.
kind of getting. Just keep Argo.
Just keep your Argo. Use your cooldowns.
Don't let other people keep the AoEs away from the other dudes.
That's right.
Just keep anonymity.
Enmity. Enmity. No one says that.
Anonymity.
No one says it anyway. Actually, some people say it, and then I get confused because I forget it's called anonymity. You know what? Shut up, Final Fantasy. It's called aggro.
Aggro.
Argo. We did it. See?
I feel like if you
Easy.
just understand what to do, I understand that like it's probably not always your fault.
Yeah,
Because
sometimes.
you can't. If you have a black mage who's fucking level synced, there's
Yeah.
no way. Because I always just get asked. So I'm tanking as soon as I join a dungeon. I'm
Yep.
tanking one of the low level ones.
We did it. Make sure to tell everybody good job. If they did a good job.
GG.
But not the ninja.
Never the ninja. I always do healer or tank.
He did fine. That's me. Well, it's not me anymore, but. You know. You like that cheer? Yeah. That's it. That's all I gotta teach you. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything.
Keep Argo.
Just keep Argo. Use your cooldowns, please. The video is over. It's frozen.
It's frozen. How long was that video?
That was 27 minutes.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
What are we gonna put here in the end slate? I have an end slate for myself, but
This
what do you?
is the end slate.
Let me drop a beat. Again.
Am I supposed to rap over that?
You were,
I
but
don't know what to rap to that.
you can. Okay, you drop a beat. I'll rap.
Okay.
I made a thinking guide for you. Now don't go into Legends of B. Boom. I tried to sneak in a few words there. Didn't work.